Hello everybody, my name's Peter. I like drawing and grinding coffee out of beans and then drinking it. We're going to get into some drawing today, but first, in the Dayfever book, we're making good progress. But first, we're going to do a little mail call. Stuff has been filtering in from my beloved fans, and so let's take a quick little peek at a couple of those things. Here we have a letter from someone who sent a letter previously, someone who has very nice handwriting. It's a very nice letter, and this follow-up letter is very well deserved because the previous iteration of this letter was thoroughly ruined by water somehow, and it still looked very cool that time. But I'm thankful to have this one from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer, because it says a lot of really nice things in it. And as you can see, the handwriting is absolutely impeccable. It's really awe-inspiring, actually. I think you can see more of her amazing handwriting here at Rainy Day Doodle Jen on Instagram. Check her out. Really great stuff. Thank you for the letter. Both of the letters. The first one was a bit of an accidental art piece with the way it seeped and ran with the water damage. But thank you for this and the kind words in it. Also, this is a bit of a weird one. I got a letter from someone, which the main part of the package involved this box of toothpaste. And I was pretty flabbergasted while I opened it. And are these tubes of toothpaste supposed to have a little aluminum foil thing here showing you whether they've been opened first or not? Like, I couldn't tell if the box had been is it weird for me to wonder if this has been tampered with? It's very nice toothpaste, and I am kind of a Crest man, but I'm just not sure if I'm going to be using this stuff. As nice as it is, maybe I'll find some way to paint with it or something. And so I was just sitting here confused out of my mind, and I thought, wait a second, it came with an envelope, and there's stuff in the envelope, maybe it'll explain it. Much to my chagrin, the letter explained nothing. It says, "Dear Peter from Peter Draws, glad I saw your What I Think About Art YouTube video series. I'm trying to promote this game, and so I made a petition. Any help would be helpful and appreciated. Have this toothpaste regardless. Stanford Z." And then here is some sort of petition for James Lewell, a YouTuber named Nitro Rad, trying to get him to play a video game, signed by a number of people, including such prestigious names as Donald Duck, Ben Dover, Mickey Mouse. So obviously this thing is bound to succeed without my help, but if you know of this guy, Nitro Rad, do what you can to make sure he plays the RPG Seraphic Blue, made by Tempura. It seems like an important thing to this guy. Cheers, and thanks for the sketchy toothpaste. I'm not taking it in a rude way, though. It's just a nice thing. I mean, I know... It's like when someone gives you some deodorant as a gift. I drink a lot of coffee. Let me crack open a spritzer of seltzer for the old windpipes. They're not paying me to show they got the logo. Anyways, some other kind soul, very thoughtful, it's a little excessive, sent me over 10 pounds of Twizzlers. Needless to say, I'm all twizzled out at this point. I've tried one of these. I think this is probably my favorite one right here because these Twizzle twists aren't individually wrapped. These ones maybe are more packaged to share, to go. You can stick them in your pocket, hit the road, have one on the go. And these ones are good for keeping at home. And once I eat all of these, I can use this bin to keep art supplies in, I guess. Tastes like red plastic. That's the good stuff. Just how I remember them. One other big plus side you have to keep in mind, though. These are fancy Twizzlers. They come in different colors. Let me try a orange, pit green, yeller one. These Twizzle straws are soft and supple, and they're hollow all the way through, which means you can use them for fancy, posh things like this. When you don't want to go all the way down to the can. Yeah, that's good. This person really thought of everything, is what I'm trying to say. So thank you. And let's get down to the drawing now, without any more ado. So, got a few more little doodles here going on. These are, if I'm not mistaken, pages 25 and 26 of Dayfever out of 30. Then I gotta draw a cover. I'm thinking I might try for the cover to draw something and then digitally color it. I don't know if I've ever done that before. If I have, it's been forever. Color it with Photoshop or something. To figure out a good way to do that. I think it could be cool for the cover, for it to be in color, you know. Anyways, I have noticed there's a trend of there's a lot more figurative work in these drawings than I've noticed before. I call them my blobby people. For a long time I didn't draw people because I was afraid of not being able to draw them perfectly, right? It's like I was afraid of drawing people because in all my doodles I felt a certain freedom in my ability to draw things and be able to draw them however I wanted, right? And nobody could say, Peter, you're doing it wrong, because they didn't know what the heck I was doing. I hardly knew what the heck I was doing. So I could just go ahead and do whatever I wanted, and it was pretty liberating. And I didn't draw people because, you know, if you draw someone, you know, if you look up any sort of tutorial or book on how to draw people, there's all these rules and guidelines, you know, like how to draw a face. It's like line up the eyes with this line going between the ears, and there's all these guidelines you can draw and all these proportions, like a person is this many heads tall and stuff. And it really, really put me off from drawing people. But somehow I really got into it eventually, and I really enjoyed drawing these blobby people. And even now people can say, Peter, you're doing it wrong. But then I realized it doesn't matter, because I really enjoy drawing weird blobby people. And people look pretty blobby and out of proportion a lot of time in real life anyways. I feel like most of the time when you learn how to draw people, you learn how to draw some ideal, you know, Vitruvian Man sort of person. And most people don't look like that. I guess they all have the Vitruvian Man sort of skeleton, but then they've got all these, you know, blobs and sags kind of hanging off of that. And most people are a lot more interesting looking than your ideal image, right? Really, the perfect way for a human to look is also the most boring way for a human to look. Anyways, do it wrong. It could be more interesting that way. Of course, there's also a school of thought that says you should learn how to do it right before you break the rules and do it wrong, which there's probably some truth to. It's easier to break rules you know about, maybe. And I have taken some number of, or I attended figure drawing sessions, right, where you go in and there's a live model and you practice drawing the model. And these I have mixed success with those. They're mostly discouraging for me in that there's a model there and I just get really frustrated with how poorly I can transfer that model's image onto my paper, right? But just once again, because I'm so used to effortlessly creating my art that can look like anything. And then for once I'm here trying to create something specific. And this model looks a certain way. And usually it's a fairly beautiful model. And I'm creating, even here in my art, you notice that I'm usually drawing pretty, the trend seems to be kind of ugly looking dudes. And so I don't know. It's frustrating. I don't know. Maybe I'll draw some ugly looking women too. Just for equality, I guess. Wrinkles and sags and bloated bellies are very easy and satisfying for me. To me. At least from an artistic perspective. And maybe in other ways too. I don't know. I have to look deeper within myself. Anyways, what I want to say is, bottom line is, I'm having a good time. I'm not getting caught up on things that I used to get caught up on just because there are all these rules that were meant to be helpful to a lot of people, and I'm sure were helpful to a lot of people, but they weren't for me. So you just gotta learn to find your own way sometimes. Sometimes it takes a long time. All right. I'll see y'all later. Take it easy. Have a good one. Goodbye. Goodbye.